Paul Walker, the charismatic heartthrob whose easy smile and adrenaline-fueled roles defined a generation of action cinema, left an indelible mark on the world, not just through his blockbuster portrayals in the Fast and Furious saga, but through the profound, unwavering love he poured into his role as a father. Tragically taken too soon on November 30, 2013, at the age of 40 in a fiery car crash, Walker never witnessed his daughter Meadow blossom into the poised, purpose-driven woman she's become. Yet, a decade later, his presence lingers like a gentle undercurrent in her life, guiding her steps and illuminating her path. Meadow, now 26, carries her father's legacy with a grace that speaks volumes about the bond they shared, a connection so deep it transcends time, woven into the fabric of family lore, personal rituals, and quiet tributes that keep his spirit vibrantly alive. Walker's devotion to Meadow was legendary, even in Hollywood circles where paternal absenteeism is all too common. Born in 1994 to Walker and his ex, Rebecca Soteros, Meadow was his pride and joy, as his younger brother Cody Walker affectionately recalls. Cody, now a father of 3 himself, including little Paul Barrett Bear Walker, born years after his uncle's passing, speaks of Paul with a brother's reverence and a father's empathy. At events like Fuel Fest Mid-Atlantic in Millville, New Jersey, a motorsports gathering Cody co-founded to support Reach Out Worldwide, the humanitarian organization Paul launched in 2010, he paints vivid portraits of Paul's parenting ethos. That was his pride and joy, his baby girl, Cody shared, his voice thick with emotion. He loved her to death, he only wanted what's best for her. It wasn't performative affection, it was the kind that reshaped priorities, pulling Walker away from red carpets toward surf lessons and stargazing sessions. Paul's guilt over the industry's demands was palpable, a shadow that colored his disdain for Tinseltown's glamour. He loved being a dad, Cody reflected, evoking memories of Paul ditching premieres for school plays or beach days. But the Fast franchise's global shoots, exotic locales from Tokyo to Rio, meant constant compromises. Meadow, shuttled between caregivers and continents, became a poignant reminder of what fame exacted. He had a lot of guilt for not being able to always be there, Cody explained. This internal conflict fueled Paul's advocacy. Reach Out Worldwide wasn't just charity, it was atonement, channeling his resources into disaster relief so others wouldn't know the isolation he feared inflicting on his daughter. Every remembrance of Walker circles back to this. The man who raced cars on screen but slowed down for bedtime stories, who taught Meadow to snorkel in Hawaii and dream big under California skies. Meadow, thrust into grief at 14, has transformed that loss into a wellspring of strength. No longer the wide-eyed teen mourning in private, she's a model, activist, and occasional actress who's channeled her sorrow into purpose. Her 2023 cameo in Fast X, the franchise's 10th installment, was a full-circle moment, stepping into the world her father helped build. Surrounded by family like Vin Diesel, her godfather, who walked her down the aisle at her 2021 wedding to Lewis Thornton Allen, though they've since separated, and Jordana Brewster, Meadow felt his approval in the ether. Meadow has so much grace and she carries on her father's legacy in such a beautiful way, Brewster gushed at the Rome premiere. Diesel, ever the paternal stand-in, beamed with conviction. Paul was smiling at her poise. For Meadow, the event was electric, super exciting, she told, her excitement laced with wistful what-ifs. He would be amazed that this is happening. Her connection to Paul manifests in mystical synchronicities, numbers that serve as his signature from beyond. 4 and 7 are my dad's favorite numbers, she confided, a detail as intimate as a whispered secret. In moments of doubt, career crossroads, relational rifts, or the quiet ache of absence, those digits appear like signposts, on clocks, license plates, receipts. I swear whenever I'm doubting anything or whenever I'm in an argument with someone, I start seeing 4 and 7 everywhere, Meadow shared. So I always know that it's him. It's a personal talisman, turning grief's randomness into reassuring order. On Father's Day, her Instagram becomes a sanctuary. Happy Father's Day to my guardian angel, she posted in June, the words a balm for followers who followed her journey. Thank you for your love, guidance, and for truly being the most incredible dad and my best friend. I miss you every day, my sunshine. I love you. Each post is a thread in a tapestry, stitching public mourning to private healing. Meadow's professional stride honors Paul's adventurous spirit while carving her own lane. Her 2021 Paris Fashion Week debut for Givenchy was a triumph, striding runways with the confidence of someone who'd surfed waves with her dad. Campaigns for Tiffany & Company eyewear and Givenchy Beauty followed, showcasing a beauty that's ethereal yet grounded, much like Paul's effortless allure. She's so beautiful and she's doing what she wanted to do, Cody praised at FuelFest, pride swelling in his chest. She's just crushing it. We're super proud of her and Paul would be so proud of her too. Yet, modeling is but one facet. Meadow's activism through the Meadow Walker Foundation echoes Paul's humanitarian zeal, focusing on children's environmental education and ocean conservation, passions they shared on family dives. The Fast family remains her anchor, a chosen kin that amplifies Paul's legacy. Diesel's role as surrogate father extends to mentorship, while Brewster's Mia Toretto embodies the sibling-like bond Meadow craves. At premieres, their huddles evoke Paul's set camaraderie, laughter mingling with tears. Meadow's foray into acting hints at more. Fast X was a toe dip, but her poise suggests deeper dives. For me this is super exciting, she said of the premiere buzz, happiness bubbling despite the void. Paul's influence permeates her worldview, adventure as ethos, family as fortress, vulnerability as strength. A decade on, Walker's bond with Meadow endures as a beacon for grieving families. Cody's FuelFest, with its roaring engines and charitable core, keeps the flame alive, raising funds for Rose global outreaches. Paul's ethos, act swiftly, love fiercely, pulses through every revved motor. For Meadow, it's in the numbers, the runway struts, the quiet Instagram odes. She hasn't just survived loss, she's alchemized it, turning a father's absence into a lifelong dialogue. In honoring Paul, she teaches us that the deepest bonds defy death, living on in every step, every smile, every synchronized 4 and 7.